Hello and welcome to Uncommonly Good MTG. I am your host, the good, the noble, the still sick for the 400th day in a row. No, it's been like 4 days or so. Dr. Yukon Suckit. That's right, Dr. Yukon Suckit here. I'm broadcasting from my secret underground headquarters, where apparently I get barely any medication to help me get over this cold, but I'll do what I can. And today I am bringing to you a deck I found over, where did I find this thing? Aether Hub, by a dude named Dr. Bong Hits 420 PhD. I think we went to the same magic school together and got our doctorates roughly around the same time. So anyways, I saw this deck and I thought, wow, I haven't played a zombie deck in a long time. And the main reason why is because there's really only two versions of a zombie deck. There's the Dimir zombie deck, and then there's the mono black zombie deck. But the problem is that that's pretty much it. They're not really that different. But when I saw this one, I saw a number of cards that I've never seen. I've either never seen before, such as Rise of the Dread Marn, or I've never seen in a zombie deck. And I thought, good. We got a number of new things going on. We'll be able to do something different, and we'll be able to see if this is any more fun than before. And I got high hopes for it. So let's take a look to see what's in here, and then we'll go and see how well this thing plays. At the low end, we have Champion. At the Parish, for one, he's a 1/1. But whenever another zombie enters the battlefield under your control, and there will be a lot of that happening, you put a +1/+1 counter on Champion at the Parish. So this guy is your aggro boy. You're hoping to get him out early, and you're hoping to start plowing out dudes. We got Crawl from the Cellar. So it's a sorcery, cost 1, and you return a target card from your graveyard to your hand. There should be probably plenty of that going on. Your creatures will die a lot. You put a +1/+1 counter on up to one target zombie you control. Every little bit helps, and you will have target zombies you control. And the great thing is it has flashback, so this thing you'll be able to play it a second time. There's 2 in here, which means you can play this card a potential 4 times. We've got the Shambling Ghast, who is a zombie. And in the zombie world, she is really hot. Look at that. Look at her. What is that? That come out. Long tongue or something and vampire fangs or something? I don't know. Super hot zombie lady there. She is a 1/1 for 1. So you got to use her when she dies. She can either do -1/-1 to target a creature an opponent controls, or you can get a treasure token. All those things are useful. We got Deadly Dispute, where you can sacrifice a creature or an artifact, at which point you could draw 2 cards and create a treasure token. So there's lots of great things. Those Decayed guys you have, those guys are good for sacrificing. There's only one good use for them. They can't block. They can only attack once. You might as well sack them. Or if you're looking to bounce something off the rebound, you can always sacrifice the Shambling Ghast, do the -1 to something else. That way, out of this one card, you're gonna kill something, and then get your 2 cards and a treasure. That's all good. We got Feed the Swarm. So Feed the Swarm. Originally in the original version of this deck that I pulled off Aether Hub, they were using, what is it called? Eaten Alive, yeah. Which basically, Eaten Alive is it destroys target or exiles target creature or planeswalker. But the problem is I was having a lot of problems in early testing against Meathook Massacre. So I switched out that card for Feed the Swarm, which will destroy target creature or enchantment an opponent controls. So hopefully, being able to take enchantment, we'll be able to take out Meathook Massacres, which will be a lot better. I guess the other alternative to a Meathook Massacre is another Meathook Massacre, because that nullifies the effects of whatever's going on. All right, so we've got Ghoulish Procession. Costs you 2, it's an enchantment, and whenever one or more non-token creatures dies, yours or your opponent's, you get to create a 2/2 black zombie creature token with Decayed. But it only happens once per turn, and it will pump up Champion of the Parish. Infernal Grasp, destroy target creature, you lose 2 life. Let's take a second to relish the artwork from Naomi Baker on this one. Beautiful. Beautiful. Look at that. Next snap. We got Jadar, the Ghoulcaller of Nephalia. So this guy's legendary. There's 2 in here. And he's a 1/1 for 1 at the beginning of your end step. If you control no creatures with Decayed, you create a 2/2 black zombie creature. So you just want to keep your Decay zombies just going. Because if you got Champion of the Perished out, then that will basically pump him by 1 every turn. Plus, if you have a Meathook Massacre out, then when the Decayed guy dies, then your opponent loses a life. So there's a lot that comes from having a dude like Jadar out there and what he's comboing with. Tainted Adversary. You can play him early. You get a 2/3 for 2, which is fantastic. And he's got Death Touch, right? And a lot of times you want to play him early. You know, if you need to maintain a board state, you got to do it. But if you can wait till you have 5 mana, then when he comes into play, then he gets a +1/+1 counter, making him into a 3/4, as well as you're going to get then 2 zombies with Decayed. If you can play him for 8 mana, he'll get 2 +1 counters, and you'll get 4 zombies with Decayed. So this guy is just able to, to just put out those Decayed zombies like crazy, which will then pump Champion of the Perished up like crazy as well. Meathook Massacre. In this deck, really just putting it out without even doing the burn is what you want, because you got Decayed guys dying all the time. Every time one of those guys dies, whether they do damage or not, their death will damage your opponent. So this just needs to get out. You got 2 mana, play it. Bellstinger. So this is a card draw for you. You put it out, you exploit. Hopefully you're going to get one of the Decayed guys, right? You just chew that guy up, give it to the zombie scorpion here, and you lose 2 life, but you'll gain 2 cards, which will probably get you a couple more dudes that you could probably pay because everything's really cheap. Headless Rider. So he's a 3/1. That 1 is just really devastating because he's just a big, goofy, easy to kill guy for the most part. No death touch or anything on him. But he is a zombie generator, is what happens. So whenever another non-token zombie control dies, you create a 2/2 black zombie creature. So he's limited. I mean, he's great in the fact that all your other zombie cards, when they die, he creates zombies. And they're not decayed, so they're pretty decent, right? But the problem is he's only got 1 for toughness, so therefore Meathook Massacre would just slaughter him and everything else, unless you put it out for 0. So a lot of times he just has to sit there, being a big goof, doing nothing. So I don't know. He feels like he's got so much potential, but he ends up being very fragile. And he seems like he just pretty much transforms into his own 2/2 black zombie creature before he can really do anything else. All right, we got Hobbling Zombie. So I like this guy quite a bit. For 3, you get a 2/2 with Death Touch. You're paying his full price there. He's nothing special. But when he dies, you create a 2/2 black zombie creature with Decayed. So all of his, that Death Touchiness action right there is great on the defense. A lot of times people just let them through because they don't want to lose their own dudes to the Death Touch. Because why? That just sucks, right? And then he creates a zombie, Decayed zombie token after his own death. So that's a lot of value there. Rise of the Dread Marn. All right, so you can foretell this, so you don't have to pay 3. You can just pay 1. Just by paying 2 earlier on, you're basically putting it away on layaway. And then, as an instant, you create X 2/2 black zombie berserker tokens, where X is the number of non-token creatures that died this turn. So, what I'm looking for is for like a Doom Scar, just something like that that's going to wipe out everything. And then I'll be ready to play this afterwards to just build back an army of 2/2 black zombie tokens equal to all of those non-token creatures that I have and that my opponents had killed at that particular time. Hope it's a ton. That would be space awesome. We got Crippling Fear. Choose a creature type. Creatures that aren't that type get -3/-3 till the end of the turn. I was thinking, should we just get rid of this card and use Meathook Massacre instead, since essentially does the same thing? And Meathook Massacre has those other abilities, which are on the bottom there, right? But then I thought, no, because there's you guys, a lot of your dudes are going to have less, 3 or less for defense. And this allows you to either weaken your opponent's creatures quite a bit, or to just wipe them out entirely without touching your side at all. And there's only one in here. So for being a board wipe, essentially, it has its uses. We'll see if it works out well. Here's Sorin, the dumb looking, standing there being all dumb. And he costs you 4. It's 4/4. He's a planeswalker. He pumps out 2/3 vampire tokens with lifelink, which is, I think, the only lifelink we have in here. The only life gain you get. Other than that, he helps you go through your library. But then he charges you your life equal to the mana value of whatever it is that you're about to pull from the top of your library. Everybody loves this guy. I hate him. We got Lolth in here, 2 of her. And she's great in this deck because if you keep her alive, if she isn't being killed by everybody, then all those decayed guys dying all the time is just like beef stew to her. She just eats it up and is able to pop out zombie babies like crazy. Or not zombies, but spiders. If you get her up to that -8, then you get that emblem that says whenever an opponent is dealt combat damage by 1 or more creatures, if that player lost less than 8 life this turn, they lose at least 8 life that turn, right? So there's a lot of potentials in a good zombie deck for Lolth to just do very well. Let's see how that we've got 2 Eye Tyrants, so there's 2 man lands. We got 2 Kamigawa black lands that allow you to mill and pull back a creature from your graveyard to your hand. And we've got 18 regular snow-covered lands. Not sure why you have snow covered in here. Not like I think probably somebody had blood on the snow or something in here originally. Because I don't see anything on here worth doing otherwise. Blood on the snow might be a good card in here because you can bring some more dudes back from the graveyard that way, rather than Crippling Fear. That's something to try. So anyways, talking about a little bit of graveyard, recursion there. We got Abandoned Mine, or Mire, that'll bring stuff back from your graveyard. And we've got, where is it? Crawl from the Cellar, which will bring things back from your graveyard. So that's a total of 6 cards that'll bring things back. And we'll figure out which cards are the right ones to bring back. So that's the deck. Let's take it out and see how well it does. And we're playing against SalzaMariaSanchez. Alright, we got 3 mana. And it looks pretty decent for this hand, so let's keep it and see what we can do. Opponent's going first, but I get to keep. Oh, what a lovely little fluffy dog you got there. Fluffy dog. Little goofy fish. Alright, Salza. Show us what you got. I got lots of mana. I always hate the idea of having to waste a Tainted Adversary just so you have something that's out there. So I was happy the Shambling Ghast showed up. Let's see, let's get treasure out of the deal. Throw out a champion so that he can be pumped up in the future. Still, I need 5 to be able to get an extra guy out of Tainted Adversary. What do we got here? Great. X is the number of non-token creatures that died this turn. I'll have to time that out a little better, won't I? He's going to double block on that one. Double block. Yeah, I'll take it. That's only, still, it's just one creature that died this turn. I'm just going to foretell this for now. I feel like I should be able to get more than that out of it. All right, here we go. Auto pay. Let's go, champion of the perished. You can do it. Show them what's what. The zombie horde grows. I see you think my deck's got better cards than yours, huh? Oh, I'd love to play this now. Instant? Oh, darn it. Let's go ahead and play out Lolth. And we're done. Still, all I got is tokens at this moment. That kind of sucks. That's not cool. Come on, SalzaMaria. I'm Headless Rider. I'm Headless Rider. There we go. A nice little Ghoulcaller. I still got that 1 mana available for this. Sweet. The horde grows. That's just mana. You gonna do something about it? Come on, SalzaMariaSanchez. That's not good. Alright, another turn. We teach you what Eye Tyrants are all about. Edgar's not good. That sucks. That's not going to do much to Edgar. You know, I just got to wait till we can kill Edgar. That's the problem. Because Hive the Eye Tyrant can take out Edgar. Or does he turn into an artifact? He's not foretold. Or in the graveyard, is he? Let's see. Yeah, suck it, Invoke Despair. No blocks. I can start blocking a little bit more next turn. We'll see what happens here. Let's see if I can get something good out of this one here. Come on, something good. Okay, I could return something good to my hand. How much do I have left here? 6, 7. Let's see. Should I try to do a Tainted Adversary? He was afraid of that death touch. Exile target creature or planeswalker. That sounds fantastic. You know what? I got plenty for it. Wonk. Alright, got him down under 10. Unfortunately, he's going to gain life from all my decayed zombies. He's back above 10. Like a sucker. Decline. Come on. You can do it. Alright, we got a 4-5 to contend with at this point. This guy needs his regular zombie. This Crippling Fear will help out a lot, so we're probably losing a lot in doing so. Oh, there you go. He plays his own card back. Zombie! Yes! Oh, that's not good. Next turn. That's it, we lost. Oh, that was just such a good game, though. There was so many turnovers in this one. Yeah, I can't do anything against the flyer right there. There we go. That was a game worth losing. Defeat. Alright, playing against LeePT. As in part-time Lee, I suppose. 2 mana. Let's keep it. We're not too. We only need 1 more to be able to play our entire hand. Ghoulish Procession. Same palette there. Yeah, whatever. No blocks. Yeah, there goes the champion of the perished. It was nice knowing you, bud. Oh, he chose the treasure. Excellent. Good for him. In you go. Yeah, you keep screaming there, Greenie. That's a lot to make it through. That dwarf's got a big butt. Doesn't even have to be your own creatures that die. That's crazy. Yeah, that thing just makes everybody's creatures into a zombie for you. That's great. Like, you know, whatever, man. Yeah, Meathook makes it really horrible for decayed creatures. They're only half as effective at this point. Another big butt. There we go, suckerfish. Say hello to Hobbling Zombie. What's that treasure badly? Let's see, so I've got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 points of damage. That's 16. Here comes Fell Stinger. We'll see what we can get with the extra here. Yeah, that guy was kind of pissing me off. I didn't like the look on his face. Champion of the Perished. Now, 1 point is better than no points. So what I got now, I've got 6, 7, 8, 9. Not lethal yet. Let's go, part-time Lee. All right, champion. Jump on that bullet. That Meathook is just doing so much for him right now. It's driving me crazy. Ah, eating live. All right, let's just send out the Spider Queen. Got some spiders. That's all Death Touch. Live's not going to do us any good. Aha! Ward 10, though. Ward 10! What do we got there? Haste? I think it doesn't have trample. Let's see if we can pull anything good out of there. Headless Horseman, no. Death Touch should be super. And we win! I don't know exactly why. Probably because we could just keep pumping out the blockers. Playing against Maze 1. Named after corn. Keep it. Champion of the Perished. Oh, we're looking for that third mana, though. No third mana. That kind of bites. Alright, well, at least we got 2 dudes out. Third mana will get us into a little bit further. Still no third mana, but it will get us a treasure, hopefully. In case it dies at some point. We're being very aggro at the moment. There we go. We're in a really good position, and we win. Victory! All right, so here is Mono Black Zombies numero dos. And, the problem with Mono Black Zombies is that there's Mono Black Zombies. You really can't do a whole lot with them. So when I saw this build, I saw that there are a couple new cards in there, or at least that you hadn't seen with zombie decks previously. I thought, hey, good, we get an opportunity to try out zombies again, because they're really kind of fun. And so let's talk about that. So the big one to me that I was looking forward to playing with was Rise of the Dread Marn. Rise of the Dread Marn. What I like about this card is that, yeah, when they doom scar you, you get to pretty much just rebuild back the vast majority of your army immediately afterwards. They may not be quite as strong, they may not have death touch, but at least they're not decayed zombies. They're 2/2 black zombie berserkers, and that's nothing to sneeze at there. So I really liked that card a lot. I thought it was fun. The only big thing was that you have to foretell it and then hold that 1 mana aside so that you can prepare to do it at any time. The awesome thing though is that it's the number of non-token creatures that died this turn, which would include your opponent's non-token creatures. So you can really have a huge army out of this card. It is a great trick. There's only one of them in here, and I wouldn't bet the bank on it. 1, maybe 2 cards of these inside a deck is probably plenty. What else hadn't I seen before? I played against Ghoulish Procession. I'm not sure I've ever had Ghoulish Procession. But I just noticed that there's like a ghost in the background that's pretty much the kind that has the sheet over his head. He's not a zombie, he's just a sheet ghost. Interesting. So I really like this one. Whenever 1 or more non-token creatures die, you create a 2/2 black zombie creature with decayed. But it's like any non-token creature, even your opponent's. This ability triggers only once each turn. So that was great. I always thought it was your own creatures. So between Rise and Ghoulish Procession, anything that dies is getting you creatures. Of course, you have to pay for this one once. This one does it every single turn, but it's only 1 creature per turn you're getting back. What else did we get back that we never used before? Crawl from the Cellar. So I love this card. It was super cool because it says put a +1/+1 counter on to target zombie creature control. Guess who has zombie creatures? Me. And I was always bringing back, the one I wanted to bring back all the time was the, I always think he's champion, but it's not the champion. It is, why can't I see him anymore? Tainted Adversary. Because this guy is so much better late game when you have a lot more mana, because you want to play him for like at least 5, right? But if you can play him for, what is that, 6, 8, you'd be able to get back a truckload. You'd be able to unload a school bus full of decayed zombies. Now, if you can stage it right, you can bring back the champion of the parish first and then do a double up on this guy. He would be so buff, which would be so cool. Let's see, is there anything else? Oh, Crippling Fear. So my problem with Crippling Fear, it does -3/-3 to all creatures that aren't, in your case, zombies. And that is pretty cool. But you gotta pick your time right. There's only one of these in here. But yeah, you pick it right, and you can do so much damage. We have the Meathook Massacre. We've got 2 of those in there, and it's pretty much the same kind of thing, right? So it's just like saying, that's a sorcery, this is an enchantment. I would almost say, the big difference here is that it won't take out your zombies. I was going to say, I just get rid of this and put another Meathook Massacre in. The problem is your zombies are usually on the weak side. They're kind of made for being killed. One of the things I didn't do very well in gameplay is that Lolth loves it when dudes die. And I played her later in the turns rather than early. And the reason why is because I always felt that I wanted to kind of get my opponent to commit to things early so I can get her out when there's less opportunity for her to be countered. But in reality, I should have put her out before combat because she needs to suck up all of the deaths that occur at that particular time. So yeah, playing her early would have been good. So anyways, other than that, we've got Hobbling Zombie. The funny part is that he's been around for a while, but I've never seen him in play until just recently, I think. And this is the first time I think I've ever played with him. The thing I liked best about him is they had Death Touch. In fact, that's the big thing I liked about a lot of this deck. There's a lot of Death Touch running. And you think to yourself, you're like, it's just Death Touch. It doesn't do anything. It's not like, it's not like Infect or anything. But it'll kill whatever creature that it gets in a fight. Sure. But man, when you're going up against somebody with Death Touch, it's scary as hell. It is super scary. I think you're going to lose your sweet ass dude because of some Death Touch 2/2 out there. And the even best thing about this guy is that then he comes back as a decayed zombie afterwards too. So you still get another turn out of him after he gets killed. So this deck keeps bringing it back. And even though it gets wiped out, it rebuilds quickly. And that's saying a lot. That's the best thing about zombie decks is that they are just like the Energizer Bunny. They just keep going. So let's rate this deck. Is it competitive? No. I'm not going to say it's not going to win its fair share of battles. It does win. It does fairly well, especially if it aggroes up like crazy. But it's not going to win you. It's not going to let you climb the ladder too much, I think. Let's just say we're talking like a 50% win rate, possibly. But then let's talk about the fun. Is it fun? And in my opinion, it was super fun. If I can play a game and lose, but still have enjoyed the game, it is a fun deck. And what I love about the deck is the fact that you are putting dudes out, you're sacrificing dudes, you're bringing more dudes out, they're pumping up, they're getting killed, but then more dudes come out, and it's just this continual slide of guys getting killed, but then that makes them better, or it's just all around. It was a fun deck. And the theme, zombie, 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 zombie. You know who sticks out like a sore thumb? Is Sorin the Puss Face right there. That guy is a jerk. So, I don't know. If I were to redo this deck over again, I would probably, there's probably cards I'd probably change out. I did change something out from the original deck, and that was I put Feed the Swarm in rather than, I don't forget what it is, Eat this. Let's see if I can find out what it is. Rather than Eaten Alive, right? And the reason why is because this deck did horrible when we were playing up against Meathook Massacre. Because every time one of my dudes would die, he would gain a life. And so all the decayed dudes who were doing like 2 points of damage would immediately die and then give them a point of damage right afterwards. And so that sucked. And so I put in Feed the Swarm because it destroys enchantments. It destroys a target creature or enchantment. So the Eaten Alive would actually take out Planeswalkers, which we now do not have the ability to go after. Matter of fact, maybe it's worth putting Eaten Alive back in here and getting rid of the Infernal Grasp. Because that way you'll have the ability to take out creatures, Planeswalkers, and enchantments, which is what you're really looking for. All right, so I'll tell you what, I'm going to fiddle with this a little bit later on, see if we can make it slightly different, slightly better. But for today, let me finish with everything. So it has a great theme, good fun, and even though it's not super competitive, it is a decent deck that has a fairly decent chance of winning games. So I'm going to give this one a strong A, and so I'm going to say that I hope you have as much fun with this deck as I did. See ya.
That's it for now. If you like this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. From all of us here in the secret underground headquarters of Uncommonly Good MTG, have a great day. See you next time. Later.